Hello. Oh shit. I literally bumped my fucking desk with my knee, and of course it messes up my camera. What's up, chat? How we doing? I think we're good there, yeah? Hopefully we're doing alright. Dale, yeah. Give me 1 second, chat. Doing okay? Yeah. Yup. What being sick does to a motherfucker. Holy shit, Zach? You're here? Oh my god. Brett and I were just talking about you a little while ago. Yes, double ear infection and like jank ass pink eye. Zach, welcome in. We missed you. I hope you're doing all right. Yeah, get your much needed rest, my man. Been a little square recently. It's all good. Luckily, the square rules hard apply in Brett's chat and they soft apply here, so you're good. I will not be making fun of you. You're chilling? Good. Nah, we're A-okay, Zach. I was just worried. Anytime I get a frequent chatter disappearing, I'm like, huh. Yes. But you've been popping in occasionally, Beef. Welcome in. We'll get the ball rolling in a couple minutes. We'll start chatting. I don't have too many updates today other than the fact that today's stream is going to be rather short. Kind of like a Saturday stream. I'm still working on content for the YouTube channel, which is pretty fun. And we're just kind of rolling with it, you know. We're just kind of rolling with it. Not really sure what I'm gonna do today. I might just use these 2 hours to put some time in the lab. Although I think I might have to give my fingers a break. I just started picking up the bass guitar again off a whim yesterday. So we're starting to build up our calluses. Welcome in, Blobby. Welcome in. What kind of bass guitar? A 4-string. Electric bass. Yeah. Figured I might as well try and get into it now that I'm in a much better flow state with video editing, which is cool. Figuring out how to install a window AC when you have a storm window frame is not fun. Yikes. I hope you figure it out pretty smoothly. After cleaning it out, you open the window in your room for the first time in your life? Oh, nice. You still have yet to install it? Yeah, I'm sure you'll get around to it. Don't worry. I have full faith. Let's see here. I guess this will be primarily for Zach, but anybody else who may have missed the update yesterday, I have a whole month's worth of content scheduled for the YouTube channel, which would be really cool. So I'm super duper pumped about that. VODs are rolling out as usual within the next 3 days of streaming. That's how we're kind of going. In terms of this channel, I'm going to wait for, hopefully Amazon will be paying me out soon enough. They might not. I think they might pay me out once I get 100, which would be an L, but that's just how it goes. But as soon as I start getting some Amazon cash, I started a list of things I want to get for stream, which would be cool. Fast uploads now? Yeah, more like I just have a backlog and I scheduled a shit ton out. So that's why I have a month's worth of Chrono Trigger content. Taking a little break from editing that to hopefully edit some of the extra content pieces. I have the Speed Gets Mad on Webbed compilation that'll be coming up. And I'm currently working on the FNAF Smasher Pass and actually doing some video editing as opposed to most of the Chrono Trigger streams where I'm just cutting some stuff. I also have a whole conversation from the Chrono Trigger stream where we were talking about laminar flow. Those who were there for that conversation know, and those who were not there for that conversation, number one, it'll come up in a video in the next coming weeks. But number two, I'll be making its own separate video and uploading that to TikTok hopefully soon. Because it's like a short little conversation about laminar flow. But I think it's really funny, and I think it kind of gives a sort of wide breadth of information of how this channel basically functions. You were there just to ask if it was what you thought it was? Exactly. Gotta be watching? Yeah. We're slamming out a whole lot of content. I'm super duper pumped with it. It's good. I didn't think when I started back in February I would be enjoying this shit as much as I am. But it's so much fun. It's just, I make dumbass videos. I do dumbass shit on stream. We get to yap about shit. It's good stuff. But yeah, so that's what I got going on. Doors open at the moment, so if you see a cat somewhere in the background, everybody will say hi to Sailor. It'll be pretty chill. And yeah, so for those of you who may have been not paying attention for the past 2 days, I've been playing classic Fallout. I just on a whim, inspired by friend of the channel Blackberry mention. I decided to actually sit down and play through the entirety of classic Fallout 1. Because despite having, before we started playing, 11 hours in the game, I have never beaten the game. I just constantly restart. And now I'm doing pretty well so far. We don't have the water chip yet. We haven't solved the water problem. But we've only had to save scum a little bit, which is pretty cool. It should be a relatively short game. I'm only expecting to be putting in max like 12-ish hours. And then from there, I don't know. I might start Fallout 2. I might do another CRPG. I kind of wanted to play classic Baldur's Gate. So Baldur's Gate 1 and 2. After playing 3. I've also considered doing a Baldur's Gate 3 run with stream. Because for those of you who don't know, I play Baldur's Gate with Doots here in the chat right now. And a couple of other friends of mine. We actually had one of them, my roommate. He had to drop out due to scheduling issues. But we locked it in. We finished it up. So I have completed Baldur's Gate 3. But I'd like to do it again on my own terms in a single-player setting. Because whilst it was really fun in multiplayer, I felt like there was a lacking... This will be my first time playing. So true. So true. I feel like the lack of NPCs were kind of wacky. Baldur's Gate 1 is a lot of fun. Yes. I have to get used to AD&D rules. I'm not surprised that Baldur's Gate 1 is fun. So is 3 that you haven't beaten. I mean, it's a long-ass game, so... Especially if you're trying to do as much as possible. I have... Not including my, like... 4 to 6 hours of beta. 105 hours. You feel bad, but Asterian's deck is getting cannibalized because you got a bootleg Edgar Markov in Magic the Gathering. That's fine. We played Baldur's Gate 3 for weeks. Yeah. You've got 80 hours in, and you've only just gotten to the start of Act 3. Yeah, exactly. Sounds about right. That's what I was about to say. Long-ass game. Don't have the time? Nah, I hear that. You love $4 bootlegs of $150 cards, or just proxying. But I know you play at a local game store, so you probably can't proxy. But I just play with it is a proxy, okay. I just play with the homies, so I can just proxy shit. Use the token and say, yes, this is whatever. Act 1, the first time. And 3 take a lot, yes. Yeah, I feel like Act 1 is significantly faster once you know everything. Your only issue with 3 is that for some reason, every side character in the game, at Gale, has the weirdest dialogue for some specific events. I think part of that is because some of the content got changed, moved around, or cut before the final release of the game. Because I know some people's complaints, and this is not heavy in the spoiler territory, and barely, like, I'm not going to be spoiling anything, but just as a general wide breadth. There are some characters that get a lot of love, and some characters that get significantly less, especially towards the end of the game. First time you played, you somehow accidentally romanced Gale. I don't think it was an accident. I think Gale just has that effect on people. No, it's very easy to fall into the Gale romance. The easiest is Lae'zel. Lae'zel is one of the easiest. But Gale, that little man whore that he is, it's pretty easy to get into him as well. But it also is like the faults of it being a CRPG. Lae'zel's the easiest to have sex with? Yes. Literally off of like the first 2 hours of playing the game with her in the party. Maintaining her actual relationship is difficult. Romancing Gale is just don't kill kids. So true. Gale is the quickest to develop the relationship with? Yeah. And I think that's like a part of his character. Because it sort of runs with the whole him being very quickly in love with Mistra. Need to reach out to Travis and place an MTG with him? Yeah, absolutely. Him and CJ. Who has a chance to die super early? Yeah. Shocker, I know, but Karlach is my favorite. I mean, Karlach is my favorite too. Even though I biffed the Karlach romance and I biffed the Halsin romance after the fact, I did not get the bear sex scene and I was very mad. It's the whole reason I played a halfling. Fucking pissed. No giant woman, no bear, what the fuck? I was actually thinking one of the runs that I've been wanting to do since the release of the game is I want to do an origin character. So I was thinking about playing Asterion. Lae'zel romance was great. It was very good. It was very good. She is a very good arc. Yeah, I gotta mod the game. You're a Bay Zeller? So true. You want to do a Dirge run? I think everybody wants to do a Dirge run. I also want to do a Dirge run. Because it's such a unique and cool option. Also, the guy who does the Dirge voice puts on one hell of a performance. Dirge is the main character? Yeah. All Evo playthrough? Potentially. I personally, if I run a Dirge run, I try to fight it as hard as possible for the arc. And then I would, like, succumb. eventually. Because I think the most compelling, for me, the most compelling Dirge run is Dirge Paladin. I think being a Paladin but also having the Dark Urge is just crazy. I think it's a really cool thing. Most engaging story in Baldur's Gate is Dirge Resistance. Yeah, I figured it would be. Nah, there's some really, really cool stuff. It's a great character idea. I agree. I just having a paladin fight some corruption that they're unable to control is a really cool thing. I don't know. It's probably part of my whole turnaround on paladins. One that you want to play in an actual D&D campaign? Yes. I definitely agree. But I think I've just completely come around to paladins. I used to hate them. I thought they were worst class ever, and now I desperately want to be one. Not mechanically, of course. I've always thought they were mechanically interesting. They do an insane amount of damage. If we're looking at just 5th edition stuff. I have not spent too much digging into Pathfinder's champions, which is their paladin. Paladin is actually a subclass of the champion class in Pathfinder. Primarily because it hasn't been released yet. I think it comes out this month. Right? Paladins and Barbarians, the absolute favorite? Yes. I actually think Paladins would get a step above Barbarians for me. I love Barbarians for the flavor, but they are very boring to play. You think Zealots in RPGs are always the most fun to play in RPGs because they're so fucking extreme? Yes. Sorry, I thought I heard like a truck horn, and it threw me for a loop. It may have been the music. Yeah. Playing to the extremes are really, really cool. Also, Paladins in Pathfinder? Yes, there are Paladins in Pathfinder. Can't wait to be a Goblin Paladin? You absolutely can. They're boring in combat, sure, but you love the simplicity and the RP possibilities. I do agree. No, and like, this is coming from somebody who spent like 6 months playing a Barbarian as well, because I wanted to do a complete flip on it. It's the application of being a barbarian in 5th edition D&D. But I'm not here to gripe about 5th edition at the moment. I'm pretty sure I've been on that soapbox too much. Yeah, dudes, I'm surprised. There's like a ton of classes in Pathfinder. Archives of Mathis. Aside from like all the ones that you expect, I need 2nd edition, please. Aside from the ones that you would expect in like from classic 5e stuff, they have a bunch of other really cool ones. And here, I'll drop the link specifically for Champions real quick, even though it is outdated information, but it'll be updated sometime this month. Because they got rid of alignment. And Champions were the subclass was determined by their alignment, and that's no longer a thing. A Goblin Paladin, that sounds like so much fun. You've been having trouble finding one that you like. You've been doing a lot of research because we're rapidly approaching the return. Yeah, dude, I'm so pumped. We're going to slot you into this party. It's going to go crazy. They have like multi-classed classes as actual classes. Yup. And you know what's crazy, Zach? You can still multi-class in this system too. A couple of my favorites. I'm about to just start linking. I'm about to start linking some really cool classes that I like. Okay. Classes that I like. Boom. I'm going to do both of the I classes. We got Inventor. This is the one that I'm currently playing. What's funny is, as somebody who doesn't play marshals that often, I'm about to link you a shit ton of marshals. What the fuck is an investigator? Okay, imagine a rogue, but you have a big brain, so you're like Sherlock Holmes from the Robert Downey Jr. Sherlock Holmes movies. That's the best way I can describe it. You come back mid-March, right before St. Paddy's Day? Hell yes. We'll be ready to lock you in. Thinking about how in 5e you could take 2 levels in Warrior as a spellcaster and get our fighter as a spellcaster and get action surged magic casting. Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah. You can, if you're min-maxing correctly in 5e, you can be super busted at level 5. Yeah, Investigator is actually one of my favorite classes. I was almost an Investigator in the campaign that I'm currently in. Here's another one of my favorites. This one is a caster. This one I think is probably my favorite class, period, and I can't wait to play one. I honestly would love to be a party of all of this class. This final link is the, Thaumaturge. Thaumaturge is really cool. Yep. Zach out here picking all the classes I like. You've been struggling just because you're so committed to Goblin? I mean, I can help you. And you want to be obsessed with fire? Alchemist is a good one. Inventor's a good one. You could actually be a Magus if you want to do, like, melee stuff, but still have, like, a fire focus. There should be... You could be a sorcerer, and you have a Phoenix bloodline. So many casters make you neutral face. It's all about the flavor. We're also getting more classes, too. The Guardian, which is a full armored tank. And we're going to get the Commander, which is like an intelligence-based support class. I should have put some information in the playtest. I personally think the Commander should not be intelligence-based. It should be wisdom-based. Because we don't have enough wisdom-based classes, period. And we don't have a wisdom-based... martial class, and we have 2 intelligence-based martial classes already, and then if you go down rogue, mastermind rogue, you have like an intelligence-based subclass for that. So Goblin Commander, hilarity, yes. You just want to be a little bozo. Whereas Paladin, it's called Champion. It's called Champion. Because Paladin is technically a lawful good champion, so it's a subclass. I can link it for you too, but since you're on the website. My favorite thing about Pathfinder is that literally this entire website is all of the rules. And it's all for free. Yeah, I got you. But yeah, if you want to workshop some stuff, both myself and Travis are more than willing to help you. We're actually currently in the middle of our first boss fight, which is really exciting. We're fighting a young crystal dragon on a pillar. But yeah, I go nutty for the Thaumaturge. I think Thaumaturge is one of the coolest things. This bard stuff is really cool. As a resident bard man, I'm glad you enjoy it. Bard is my favorite class, bar none. Although that might be changing once I start playing some of these other non-D&D classes. You remember playing 5e and realizing that half the colleges were dog shit? Yeah, really the only one that you need is lore or... Whispers? Whispers is really cool. Last time you did a proper boss encounter was at the end of the first D&D campaign in college. Yes. And then you're gonna go with Commander because you want to be an intelligent gobbo. That'll be sick. That'll be sick. And we do need another marshal. I don't know when Commander's coming out. We only have playtest stuff at the moment. You remember wanting to do Valor? I think let me do D&D wiki dot. Let me look at the bard stuff in D&D. Classes, bard, Valor. What were you all about? Combat inspiration. Okay, cool. Combat stuff. Yes. Valor's not bad. Whispers just has a lot of really, really interesting stuff that you're able to do. Lore is like the textbook classic bard college, and eloquence is pretty cool too. It's all about having a silver tongue. Very much in line with the face of the party. That first character you did was rough, but it's okay because you burned your hand on the chosen holy sword 1v1ing boss after boss. Or after everybody went down, which was cool. Yeah, exactly. It was because of how Valor was made. It was super boring. That can happen. Let me figure out when the Commander. I think it's coming out this year. Commander and Guardian. Let me figure out what book it is. Pathfinder 2E. I don't want it on Demiplane. I want to know what book it's from. War of the Immortals. I know that's like the whole event that they're doing. We'll playtest launch April 29th. Both of these classes will be featured in the 2025 rulebook, which is likely to focus on warfare and classes. What is it? It's not God's Reign. What is the book? What is the book? It was the Battlecry playtest. Let's see here. Oh, okay. They scrapped the playtest information because it's over. That's fine. Yeah, so I don't know if the book is going to be out with those classes by the time you make your character, dudes. You were 2v2 on op characters in Flamelord's campaigns, and you weren't even, or OP, and you weren't even trying to do it. You went Druid for the heals, and because you didn't want to be a cleric. So true. He was the GOAT though. Tragedy, I know it does suck. I really don't know the timetable on the Battlecry stuff. I don't know if they just call the playtest the Battlecry playtest versus like the actual book. Battlecry Pathfinder 2E. Because technically you'd be able to make a character off of the playtest information, but it would be outdated and potentially bad or good. Could be super broken or not. And then you would just adjust it there. But like you only have one option, although since it's a martial, there's no real subclass anyway. but like your options are going to be limited. But you definitely would still be able to make a character with it. Battlecry class. Do we have a release date? Release date. The playtest runs through June 21st, 2024. Okay, cool. It's looking like it's going to release in July, unfortunately. So, apologies. But if you are still trying to be an intelligence-based martial class, Inventor and Investigator are really good. Let's see. Druid for the Hills. You were also going kind of like a tanky druid, correct? You were doing Circle of the Moon. That's what I did for Baldur's Gate 3. You have an Inventor build already? Yes. Floating around somewhere? Hell yeah. I highly recommend Path Builder if you haven't been using it. You wanted a tank and healing, you want Circle of the Moon? Nice. Tall constructs so you can read them? Yes. Or ride. But the Circle of the Moon is one of the most insanely broken classes? Yes. Baldur's Gate 3 Paladins are busted? Paladins are busted. D&D 5th edition Paladins are just busted. They are super powerful in Baldur's Gate 3, though. You didn't know? I mean, it doesn't matter. It's the game. It's not your fault you made an overpowered dude. Hang on. There we go. No, I think being able to ride a construct is going to be really, really cool. True, in Baldur's Gate 3, there's a ring that if you've killed anything, you can just choose to get a critical hit once per long rest. And then obviously, for those who are uninitiated, off of a critical hit, you can also choose to Divine Smite. So it's a free Divine Smite. Jackson custom to the ring? Yes, I am. Yes, I am. I have seen it in use. Yes. It was all a part of Min-Max's build. You one-shot Thorm? That's awesome. But that's all, it's kind of the thing about building with magic items and stuff like that. The P knows all, I am all-knowing. But yeah, Zach, if you are, looking to get into something that isn't 5th edition, assuming you have the time, I do highly recommend Pathfinder 2nd edition. It's just close enough to 5th edition, but I feel like it has a lot more to it that anybody coming over from 5th edition will feel like you have a lot of playing room to fuck around with the system. Yeah, it's awesome. It's awesome stuff. I think ultimately my favorite thing about it is how you build the martial classes. All martials are built solely off of feats versus picking a subclass. While all the casters still do have a subclass. Not all of them are called subclasses. This does not apply to Investigator, which has... what the fuck are they called? I don't remember. And Rogues. Rogues have rackets, so you could be a mastermind rogue, you could be a ruffian rogue. Those off the top of my brain. Oh, and then yeah, Inventor also has some subclass. You could choose weapon, construct, or armor. But after that, you're basically building off of feats anyway. The closest though to just feats, no subclasses, is monk and fighter. Off the top of my brain. Very excited to try it. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Me too, brother. I want everybody to try it, especially for somebody who likes building characters mechanically. I find that Pathfinder will be incredibly appealing to those types of players. Back a few years ago, you did a 4E game, and it was so awful. So long as it's even slightly better than that, you'll still enjoy it. Hell yeah. 4E is really, really interesting because a lot of people were saying like it killed D&D. I mean, it did. 4th edition came out and it flopped so hard. They were like, okay. Watsy was like, what do we do? What do we do? 5th edition, it needs a calculator. Yes. Unfortunately, if you're not really into the numbers, Pathfinder might be something that's a little scary. I don't think it technically needs a calculator, but the numbers are big. If you're playing Pathfinder 1, I can understand somebody going, ooh, Mathfinder. But 2nd edition has, like, reduced that significantly. But the numbers are still really, really big. There's a lot of systems that you really want to try. One-shots. I've completely turned around one-shots. I used to hate one-shots. I was a one-shot hater. This is for those who are not in my tabletop RPG circle. I used to absolutely hate one-shots. I thought they were a waste of my time because I like telling stories. But now, as somebody who is like wanting to try out different systems as vessels to tell my stories, I like one-shots because they give me an opportunity to just sort of fuck around and see if it's a system that I like. You still want to try 4th edition? I do too. I actually want to go back and try 4th edition and see what people, like why they hate it. It took hours to do a single move though in 4th edition. Yeah. Sometimes that's just how it be. But Pathfinder 1 was built off of D&D 3.5. Pathfinder 2E has taken all that, but was built from the ground up. So, that's why it's different in balance. Because if you play Pathfinder 1st edition, the balance is still just as bad as 5th edition. 4th edition. Well, I don't know how 4th edition is balanced. 3rd edition. 3.5. Like, your casters will be better than your marshals by the time you hit level 5. That's just how it goes. The thing that I really like about Pathfinder 2nd edition is that it is perfectly acceptable to start from level 1. Most people, when you're playing 5th edition D&D, you're probably going to start from level 3 and you're going to skip level 1 and 2. Because level 3 is when most classes get their subclasses. Or when is the level where all classes should have their subclass at that point. Wizards and warlocks, and I'm assuming all casters get it at 1 now I'm thinking about it, except for, what, druids? Do druids get their circle at 2? Because I know warlock is 1, wizards is 1. I'm assuming sorcerer is 1 because it's a bloodline. I haven't played a sorcerer. It's been rusty. I haven't made a 5th edition character in 4 years? That's an exaggeration. It's probably been like 2 or 3. Cool. Still got that jazz up. You think druids are 2 or 3? That's what I thought. That's what I thought. It's been a hot minute since you built one, actually. Yeah, that's just how it goes. Although you've also been busy. Not enough time to sit back and build a character. Let me go ahead and link, just for everybody while I am pushing you all on my favorite tabletop RPG. Let me go ahead and grab Path Builder real quick. Path Builder is a free service. You do have a small charge to be able to build custom items and give yourself, what are they? Familiars? Or any other kind of companion. But it is otherwise a free service. I've got mine on my phone. You spent more time trying to understand Call of Cthulhu and make a vampire campaign? Yup. But there's Path Builder. Path Builder's great. We love Path Builder. It's a free service. You can go ahead and start trying to slam out some characters. You won't be able to do any custom items or companions. So if you're playing a ranger that has a buddy, or you're playing a druid that has a leshy, or you're playing an inventor that has the invented companion, you have to pay for it. But it's like $5. It supports the devs. It's not that bad. I bought it ages ago because I know I'd be chunking out a lot of characters, and I still do. So I'm not pressed about it. You spend more time trying to understand Call of Cthulhu and make a vampire campaign. Whoa, this is really cool. Yes, I love digital tabletop character builders. Zach, if you do need one for 5th edition, I have one too. By trying to understand Call of Cthulhu from a character building scenario, from a actual playing it, running the game, because I know obviously you've been writing Vampire, so that's been taking on most of your stuff. Goblin Cowboy would also be funny. Gunslinger's cool, man. Gunslinger's cool. And they are loud, so. One of my all-time concepts that I'm never going to be able to do because I'm not going to be playing 5th edition anymore. And Pathfinder does not have warlocks in the same... Oh, witches. That's the other thing. Witches have to have their whole class revolves around having a familiar. Alchemist is just so cool. Alchemist is great. Especially because it's the way it's set up. Instead of it being an artificer alchemist subclass, it's alchemist. And now you can choose to make bombs, you can choose to make mutagens, or you can choose to be a healer. Before we started the campaign, I was almost dead set that I was going to be a goblin alchemist. But then CJ was like, I want to play a cleric. And I was like, oh, okay, so I'm not going to be the healer. I just went on a tangent. Hold on. I got to return. My cowboy. I created a cowboy character that was going to be a multi-class fighter warlock. Hexblade Warlock, because it's really the only warlock that matters. It's the most powerful warlock class. It's very, very, very strong. Hexblade Warlock and Samurai Fighter. Because for those of you who may not be familiar, Seven Samurai and the Magnificent Seven... movie. Seven Samurai. Magnificent Seven is based off of Seven Samurai. So the character concept is a cowboy, but instead of using a gun, I use a sword. Simple as. And then the warlock is just extra magical flavor. I've got a cursed sword. So I could still... But I'm using a sword to do it. I can kind of build it in Pathfinder, but I just lose the magic. I guess I could try and look into some multi-classing stuff to be able to get the magic aspect. Because the closest to Warlock that Pathfinder has is Witch. But Witch has to have a familiar. Period. You don't necessarily have to have one as a Warlock in 5th edition. Yeah, I think alchemists are really, 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 really interesting support classes. They could be DPS too. What am I saying? You can just chuck bombs everywhere. And you can also build bombs, give those bombs to your companions, and they can throw them. Which is great. Despite seeming cliche, I think a goblin alchemist that does use the bomber subclass is still perfectly viable and fun. Weird.
Yeah, I'm hoping that once I get some free time or out from under some campaign obligations, I'm planning on running a couple of different one shots of some stuff. Because there's been a lot of things that I want to do. I also want to do some mini campaigns. One of these days, I'd love to run something long form, but I just don't think it's in the cards for me. I yearn to be behind the DM screen, forced to be a player. I'm just too gassed. What can I say? Long form streaming ping game would be goated. Yeah, it's just the finding the commitment, finding the committed players, and being able to take it all the way. That takes time and a lot of effort, unfortunately. I'd love to do it. It'd be a while before you could do it. Yeah, no, absolutely. I know, Lego. I know. Have no fear. Yeah, I'm well aware that most of us are already bleeding into other games and whatnot that at the moment don't necessarily have definitive endings. Which is why I think I am just primarily a short form dude. Just because I want to be able to finish off a story. It's easier to do that when I'm like, okay, hey team, we've got 15 sessions. Let's wrap this biddy up. I'm gonna get some water real quick, Chad. I've been yapping. Beef, I see the paragraph. I'll get back to it in a minute. I promise. Between our current campaign, Call of Cthulhu, Cyberpunk, writing Vampire, work, the other campaigns that other people are writing, there's just too much to be excited about, which is a good problem to have. I absolutely agree. I absolutely agree. I know it's a lot. It's one of those things about spreading yourself too thin. I've always been somebody who like my limit. I think my limit is still and has been this way since high school, since college. I think my limit is still three. Two long form games and one. I can't do three long form games. That's too much. Too much of a commitment. But I can do one that like has a definitive ending. Like I know it's going to be done in the next couple months. Mm. Not to mention, that we're pretty much just slated for a bunch of fun stuff post our current campaign with Aberrant Welts as well. Cyberpunk goes nutty. Oh shit, let me say hey to my roommate and I'll shut my door. Dude, yes, I forgot. In the Howl of the Wild book that just came out last month, you can literally just be like a sentient boy, like a sentient bear or some shit. Zach, I'm about to put a limit on this.
I love America.
Literally any animal. Literally any animal. I just got this water, Zach. I can't believe you. Happy, you freaks. Okay. Hang on. I'll do a stretch redeem. Oh, I'm only doing the one. Drink that MF water. What is up, CJ? Holy shit. Welcome in. We're talking about Pathfinder. A little just leaked out. You know it. Alright, let me do this stretch real quick. Gamer chair. Wah! Limit on water? Come on, man. It's like the best redeem. Oh, no, for sure. I just have to go back downstairs. And I just got up. I gotta keep the conversation rolling, Zach. I'm going Super Saiyan. Nah, we're chilling. Ads in 2 minutes and 40 seconds? Ah, shit. Thanks for the reminder, Lego. Hey, chat. If you or a loved one wants to skip out on the ads, you or that loved one should consider subscribing. You can subscribe to the channel for $5 a month until July 11th, or for free with Twitch Prime. Alternatively, you could also get Twitch Turbo. I guess I'm supposed to pitch that now. Twitch Turbo. Twitch, but without the ads. Boom. Nailed it. Nailed it, chat. Give me money. Give me money. Oh my god. Chat, shout out to CJ, my goat. Thank you for the 5 tier 1 gifties, baby. Zach, enjoy your emotes. Oh my gosh, Jed got a sub too. MSX got a sub. Who the hell is Twitch user 82? Twitch user 82, congratulations. You got it. I can't even believe it. You gifted and you're not even subbed yourself. Does Twitch Turbo even do anything for me? I am supposedly supposed to get the ad revenue that you're not giving me. So, honestly, Twitch Turbo is not that bad of a deal if you spend a lot of time on Twitch. If you watch like a shit ton of people, get Twitch Turbo instead of subscribing to all your favorites. Yo, thank you for the sub. Thank you for the sub, my goat. I appreciate it. We're going wacky. Chat, 4 more subs and we'll accrue 40 out of 40 sub points, which means More emotes. I'm working on them. We're working on rebranding. We're working on emotes. I gotta reach out. I gotta have this. I gotta get that cash. So like 2 cents. Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. Because I only make 55% off of ads. I don't have a 70-30 split like some affiliates do. Just gotta pitch the normal sub. Yeah, I mean, I'm also not too opposed to pitching turbo. It don't hurt. Normal sub is definitely better for me, but if you're on Twitch all day like I am, Twitch Turbo is not a bad purchase. Yeah. CJ and myself are like Turbo Goats. Ooh, CJ, enjoy your Founders Badge, by the way. I don't know how many of those I have left. You make up for being a tier 1 by Saturday night booze and food? Exactly. You know what's up. Nah, I appreciate it. I'm gonna be real, you're the only streamer I watch. That's what I like to hear, Blob. That's what I like to hear. I'm your #1 streamer. I'm your GOAT, baby. Yo, I'm your GOAT, beef. That's how it goes. Dale, yeah. But hell yeah. Thank you for indulging me and letting me talk about Pathfinder, gang. I really, really, really love that game so much. You only made a Twitch to support my boy? Enlightened. Thank you so much. I do appreciate it. Yeah, I can't go back. Tabletop RPGs have ruined RPGs for me to a specific degree. Like, I'm having so much fun playing Fallout, but like, I don't have the same level of immersion that I get playing tabletop RPGs, you know? Dude, this dragon fight is popping off. Travis cooked. Dude, he was about to blow my arm up, dude. Like, that shit goes crazy, dude. I can't believe we're doing this boss fight. Like, the fact that, first of all, we're fighting a dragon, which is sick, because he's never ran a dragon before. Second, it's one of the, like, new dragons. It's not like a chromatic dragon or whatever. So we've got, like, crystals and shit. It's a crystal mommy dragon. But we also are fighting on, like, the terrain. The idea that we're fighting on, like, a column so we can just go around it is awesome. There's less interaction and agency, but it's impossible to do so with a video game. Yes. Yeah, exactly. CRPGs do what they do, and they're very, very good at it. Like, don't get me wrong. Baldur's Gate 3 had so many choices that I felt like I was able to be fulfilled to a certain degree. But, as somebody who's been playing tabletop RPGs for years, I can't top it. I can't top the level of interaction that I get, you know? Really enjoyed Baldur's Gate 3, but goddamn the line of sight. Yes. Technically, line of sight still applies in the normal game too, but most of the time we're Gucci. Also, you want a controller. Boom! Line of sight still messed me up on a keyboard though, so I'm not gonna pretend like it was line of sight is a problem of you playing on a controller. Vine boom. Boom. I gotta get a soundboard. That's gotta be the next thing. Yes, that is actually the emoji that I associate with the Vine boom. You made some progress in the Minecraft world? What'd you got? I'm tempted to just boot that up and yap. Because Fallout's not really a yapping game. I'm mostly reading stuff. And honestly, if I play Street Fighter, I'm gonna lock it in. Because y'all have kept me entertained for an hour. Like, I've just been yapping for an hour. I have 1 hour left. Boot it and see? Fuck.
And it's been glorious? Yeah. No, I love yapping.
Yapping, just chatting is probably my favorite thing to do. Lizard folk also goes crazy? Yes. We love some lizard folk.
We love some lizard folk.
I'm partial to gnomage. I'm a gnome man. I like gnomes. I just like being a short dude. I don't know what it is. I've jokingly said that all my characters are short, but I've made like 3 normal ass dudes. 4 normal ass dudes. There was a Myth the Changeling, normal height. Marka, also normal height. Current character, Vance, he's tall. Florence, who's average height. None of them were shorties. I need to play more halflings. That's what I need to do. Anybody got a favorite heritage? Sorry, Pathfinder lingo. Race for my D&D heads.
Dragonborn?
Yep, Dragonborn's common. I feel like most people are either Dragonborn or Tiefling. Not that that's a bad thing. We are getting Dragonborn in Pathfinder, which is cool. Gotta be elves. We got an elf fan over here. I used to be an elf fan too. Gith? So true. So true. Dragonborn. They're not mechanically optimized, especially since they don't have dark vision, but you love them. Yeah, I mean, you know, that's one of the downsides to literally not half. I think it's like 80% of the races have dark vision. They shouldn't be. That's why, like, with Pathfinder, there's 3 different types. You've got normal ass vision. Doesn't matter, can't see in the dark, you're fucked. Low light vision. And then you have dark vision, where you can actually see in the dark. Bit more of a distinction, adds a lot more of a variety. Not every class has low light vision. Like, let me check. My current character is a half elf, which has a different name now. And that's how that goes. No. In 5e, you usually plays a Loxodon? Yes! Yes! From Magic! I've wanted to play in a Magic the Gathering, like, setting in 5e for a while. Solely so I can be a Loxodon or, CJ, what is a Johnny? What is his people? What's in Ravnica? Yeah. Yeah. Cat? Okay. I just wasn't sure. I wasn't sure they had a... Because, like, Loxodons have a whole name, right? Alright, give me a sec.
I'm gonna sit back down. The Kenku are also cool to play.
Kenku are interesting because I feel like a lot of people play them very annoyingly.
Because they have to do the whole mimic thing. And the problem with Dragonborn is their ability kind of sucks. Their breath weapon is good at levels 1 and... Oh, shit. I'm being beat up. Hang on. Give me a second. I don't want to die here by a zombie. When did I get a diamond axe? When did I make this? Give me 1 second, chat. I wanted to see what kind of progress Lego has made on the Minecraft world. And I can't pause the multiplayer setting. Let me find a safe spot to chill. I didn't even know zombies were still gonna spawn here. I thought I had it pretty good. It's in the nether? Oh, dude, I'm not going to the nether. I'll go there later. I don't even have a nether portal yet. I almost do, though. got, yeah, the last thing I did the last time I was here, I got 10, obsidian. There it is. There's my brick house. All right. I'll have that in there later, probably tomorrow, then Lego. This guy's gaming and not streaming? I mean, if you want to see it, before you light it, let you know. Okay. It's just Minecraft. So if you want to watch Minecraft, I can definitely do that. Okay. I was just going to go see what he was doing, and then hop it back off so I could pay attention to chat. Okay, the Partly Dragonborn ability kind of sucks. The breath weapon is good at levels 1 and 2, but it does the same damage as a greatsword without the modifiers. It gets up to 3d6 at level 6 or 7 and 4d6 at a much higher level. But at that point, you can do more damage doing literally anything else. Yeah, that's just how that goes. So then it becomes like, it's like, okay, whatever. But at least choosing the Dragonborn and then obviously the subrace of whatever color you do get the ability to be resistant to whatever damage type that is. So that is still a plus, and that applies throughout the whole thing. Which I find more value with the resistance than I do the breath weapon, if I'm going to be honest. The one thing that I can say about the Kenku that I am pro is they're tiny. And I like tiny dudes. This is just a known fact. If I can be small, I can. I'm surprised I haven't been a goblin yet. Oh, absolutely, the resistance is very nice, but mechanically speaking, you get more of it out of a tiefling. Yes and no. I mean, yes, because you get, Thaumaturgy and, 2 other spells, like Hellish Rebuke. But you only get resistance to fire. Now, if your GM is nice, they'll let you do something completely different. Like, I know for anybody who may or may not be a Critical Role watcher in Campaign 2, Jester is a tiefling, but she takes full damage on fire, and half damage on cold. She's got cold resistance. And I don't even know if it ever gets brought up as to why. So if you were desperately going for like electricity or acid, although I am sure that there are other options as well. They make tieflings in blue now. They make tieflings in whatever color you want. I'm a blue tiefling, baby. Thaumaturgy, Darkness, Dark Vision, Hellish Rebuke, Fire Resistance, and one of the few that get bonuses to int. Yep. And it is also one of those things to consider that fire resistance and fire damage is one of the ones that's very common. So, if you were a DM, you let people reflavor their spells to a different elemental damage if they're going for a specific type of elemental build. Same here. Except for force damage, yes, because force is pretty busted. Also, you can just get force by playing a warlock with Eldritch Blast. Side note, you don't have to reflavor a lot of stuff in Pathfinder. Normally, there's a lot of adjacent stuff that you'd be able to do. For example, for Deuce's character, he can go all into fire. Dragonborn gets strength and charisma. It's a pretty hard focus in either sorcerers or paladins. Bards too, I suppose. I'm trying to think what else. I mean, warlocks also go off of charisma. Once again, one of the many reasons that I think we need more wisdom-based casters. I'm sick and tired of charisma. Force is all or nothing, where it's not resisted or it's entirely resisted. Yeah. Just not a good time for the player or the DM. Yup. The wizard subclasses specifically do that? Hell yeah. I think you meant to tag Blob there. Goated Gith. One of the ones that I'm really stoked to test out at some point for Pathfinder specific stuff. Oh, I can actually put this back on now. is... I'm about to just pull up the Archives of Nethys on my other monitor here real quick. Heritages. Sorry, ancestries. You pick a heritage, it's the subrace. I'm really interested in playing a Leshy. There's some other really cool ones. Gripply. Little frog creatures. Tag the wrong person. All good, don't worry about it. Another one of my personal interests is, I believe, the Nagaji. They are like snake people. They have snake heads with humanoid bodies. I just think it's neat. They got the Tengu, which are going to be the Kenku equivalent, even though I'm pretty sure there is also a Tengu in 5th edition. And then if we're getting into like rare ancestries, there's some really, really interesting ones. Like the Konrasu. I'll link this one just because I think it's really, really neat. You're basically a living space tree. I don't know how you would play this in any campaign, but I think it's a neat ancestry regardless. Another personal favorite of mine is a puppet. You're a living toy. So if anybody's familiar with One Piece, basically if you're trying to run an arc in Dressrosa, this is one of the things you could use. Crazy TF2 music pull. Most busted fruit. It was a pretty busted one. One Piece Pathfinder campaign? I'm sure it could be done. I know that there's a, because one of my friends keeps telling me about it. Somebody hacked 5th edition to do One Piece stuff, which is interesting. Yeah, there we go. Gotta make it accurately long. So true. One peak, more like it. But yeah, it goes crazy. There's so many options. No chapter this week? I know. I'm super sad, but we'll be getting one next week, right? It's not break on like 2 weeks or anything. It's just a 1 week break. Cool. Is anybody caught up with Dandadan? I'm not going to spoil it, but latest chapters are gas. I haven't been caught up with Sakamoto Days. I need to get back on that. I think I'm like 2 or 3 chapters behind right now. You're behind? Catch up. It's good. By 20 to 30? Catch up. It's good. The current arc we're in right now started a little funky to start, but I think on a reread of having the whole arc like contained, I think it'll be a lot better. One of the problems I think with a lot of manga readers is that once you get caught up to a manga, it being on a weekly basis kind of changes how you perceive it. And we see it a lot with One Piece fans too. A lot of people, they'll read like the chapter, will be like, no, boo, Oda bad, Oda sucks. And then you'll get the next chapter and it's like, oh my god, Oda's a god. 263 leaks are out. After a whole last month break, it's back. I mean, yeah. Gege is experiencing medical issues right now. 13 pages because it's the second half of 262. Hell yeah, I haven't read 262 yet. I still need to. That's good though. Nothing happened, bro. It's a setup chapter. Yes. Yes, 1.1k chapters in let Oda set up. I know. I feel like they forget what they're reading. Or they just haven't been reading One Piece this whole time, you know? But yeah, I really want to do an anime-inspired campaign at some point. I've talked about it before, but I kind of want to do one that's like JoJo-inspired. Read the Vegapunk speech in one go. It's so good. Yeah, I'll give that a shot. It's been a minute. A lot of people was like, oh, reread Wano. Now I'm probably going to do all of Egghead. I do ask, though, since I'm not spoiler tagging anything, we do refrain from spoiling too much for anybody, for whatever we're talking about. Number one, because myself, I might not be caught up. But number two, there may be somebody in here who's not there yet. Not that anything that has been stated has been spoilerific. I just want to keep in mind for my fellow anime chatters. Man, I love Pathfinder. We're listening to some fart music right now. You want to see how bad, so bad? So true. Don't we all? Don't we all? Complete side tangent off of tabletop RPG talk and One Piece. My roommate just started Like a Dragon 7, or for those who only know the game here in the States, Yakuza Like a Dragon. And I'm super excited. I actually still need to finish 8. Infinite Wealth is so gas. Big Yakuza head over here, though. Let me get my BB emotes. Boom. Akiyama dance. I thought this was Tank for a second. Oh, this is from Skullgirls. Mid Girls. And this is like really chill. It also does not last that long. Oh. Y'all want to see a rusted out wire stripper? I'm not giving y'all the choice. Boom. I had to cut my guitar strings. Shout out to Oda for using the time skip to build up faction tensions for a massive war arc. So true. How you should use a time skip. Looking at you, Kishimoto. You see some crazy stuff. That's what I'm hoping. Although I don't have to hope too hard because it's Oda after all. while I'm on the subject of just anime and manga in general, is there any new gen stuff? Like new, fresh new? Like I'm talking, only has at minimum or at maximum 10 chapters out right now. Yes, yes, yes. That's my ideal future. Cause I gotta get myself into weekly hell again. I'm already in weekly hell as it is, but there's more shit I gotta do. Maybe I should actually be asking for some more completed manga than weekly stuff. I got like 5 weekly and 1 monthly that I'm reading, and I'm super behind on JoJo anyway. Behind a Kagurabachi by like 25 chapters. Holy shit. I was keeping up with it. I need to get back on that. Do I have any Kaiju number 8 readers? Fioren's on hiatus. Seems like a good time to catch up. I didn't even know that was still ongoing. I thought it was just done. That was like a one and done thing. Would you prefer... let me rephrase this. Is it preferred that I watch it or read it? Because I heard the anime was really good. And check out that ZZZ game solely because it has Furry Man in it. I was considering checking out ZZZ, but for the Guna reasons. Create a Rango dupe in Pathfinder. Rango's gas. Because it's a MiHoYo game that isn't Star Rail. Yeah. The only reason that I've been considering getting into Triple Z is because of... I think the animation goes crazy. I think it's really goofy. Like, it's overly animated, but to me, it's not in a bad way. Anime elevates the manga for sure, but both are good. Understandable. Because everybody's been like, ooh, watch Dunmesh, watch Dunmesh. I'm probably going to read Delicious in Dungeon. No hate to Studio Trigger or anything, but I'm probably going to read it. It's so hard for me to find the time to watch anime nowadays, because like I have to read the subtitles. Low-key playing because you know the combat system at this point? Understandable. Somebody on Twitter was saying that it feels like there's something missing in it. But the good makes you hungry to watch? Like Food Wars? Yeah. The difference is a lot of the stuff that is cooked in Delicious in Dungeon is stuff you can't eat. Because it's like monsters and shit, right? Looks similar to Honkai 3rd and Genshin. I don't know. Personally, I think it's for the best that I avoid the Genshin shit. Just because I know it'd be really, really bad. Can't eat, but then they present and I'm like, damn, I'd eat that? Yeah, exactly. Saw that tweet of that person. It was like character action games. Like, that person was used to character action games like DMC. I mean, DMC's peak character action games. Yeah, it was Ultima, I believe. In Genshin players, you know more what to expect. Yeah. I don't know. Devil May Cry is like peak character action game, so. Very, very high on my list of like just pure gameplay anyway. Here's an artist that I think is really cool for anybody who really likes One Piece, and specifically a One Piece art, but also enjoys some memes. They're big warning, spoilers. But they do fan art, and they have mimicked Oda's style very well. It looks very, very good. Dude, this better not be AI and Redbubble, man. Check page immediately flashed by Carrot Big Chungus. Yes! Carrot Big Chungus. You love the crossover art that they do? You're a sucker? Yeah, me too. I also like the cover arts that they do. They had a really cool cover art that was based off of somebody else's tweet where they were saying that Robin uses her ability to like scare the shit out of the other Straw Hats. So it was her being Sadako from The Ring, which is cool. I just really like how well they've studied like Oda's art. And they're able to like mimic the sort of sketchy style that he has for anybody who reads weekly stuff. Because if you're reading it in the volume, it's completely different. And something I'd like to do one day. Because it's a really, really cool style, and then love to be able to like build from there. But I just got so many little hobby things that like every time I pick up something, it gets thrown to the wayside. For example, we'll see how long the bass lasts this time. I'd love to commit to it enough to be able to start playing by ear, but we'll see. My finger dexterity is getting back, though. What jazz did we even go into? Racing game jazz, fusion, and a funk? Oh, some funky shit. Gran Turismo. That's fine. We can keep it on this. I like this. Yeah, I gotta get the Carrot Big Chungus sticker. That's going on the base case. And set up the electric drums when you move. We should jam. Do it for Dave. Dude, he's been trying so hard. So I agree. The thing that I'm trying to do is I don't necessarily want to learn how to read a tab and just play a song. I want to actually be able to like understand theory and figure out how the bass works in an actual like band-ish setting, you know? So that way I can actually like improv and create as opposed to just, oh yeah, I can play Smoke on the Water. That's not to say I also don't want to be able to learn how to play by ear, because there's a couple of songs, like, for example, I'm going to play it, actually. I want to play this song so bad. Learning music theory is definitely worth it, yeah. And I have some baseline stuff, but I need to build up on it and be able to create off of it as opposed to just being able to copy something and regurgitate it, you know? Best thing you can do is listen to lots of music and you got that covered? Yeah. But jamming at improv is where it's at? I agree. I absolutely agree. I'm going to crank this just a little bit. For y'all. Because it's cranked for me. But like, the way this guy slaps the bass on this sends me to the moon. I was trying to slap today. It does not sound good. I do not have the technique. But yeah, what I'm currently working on is scales. And then from scales and patterns, I'm going to try and figure out how to build off from there. I want to get a good ear so I can actually start picking out notes. And then I'm like, oh, okay, I know where this note is on the bass. You know what I mean? That's really my ultimate goal. My next steps, if you will. I'm also just a bass head. That shit goes crazy. Intervals too. Listen for changes from intervals and see how you can transpose them into different keys. Yeah. That's something I need to work on. It's not the notes per se, but how they fit with each other. Yeah. And like one of the cool things about you being a drummer is there's supposed to be a lot of overlap between the drums and the bass, because the bass is supposed to bridge the gap between the drums and the guitar, the lead guitar normally, or whatever lead. It could be like keyboard or whatnot too. And so that'll be a lot of fun. So I can actually, because every time I'm reading about it, it's always like, yeah, this is what it's supposed to. This is how they go. They bridge the gaps between the two of them, and they help the drums communicate with whatever other lead you have. But I want to actually be able to see how that works. You know what I mean? Backbeat of the band. We exist for the band to take center stage. Exactly. And that's not to say that you can't be in the front forward face of the band with a bass as well. There are some very bass forward songs. I'm a big Bootsy Collins guy, you know? Oh, we're playing Edit? Agreed. Agreed. Absolutely agree. Every song has its vibe? Exactly. Exactly. I mean, one of my favorite songs ever, When Doves Cry, doesn't have a bass at all. Ate too much jerky and now you're real shitting? Dude, grip that bowl. Grip that bowl like it's nobody's business. What kind of beer do you want? We've got a lot of Modelo and beer. So if you're not gonna be drinking any beer, don't worry about it. I've already been scheduled. My mom wants me to pick up some Guinness, so. So in fact, most music genres, the drums are the heart of the song. But in jazz, the bass is the heart. Yes, that's why I'm such a big jazz head. No. I got plenty of stuff. I'm bringing Shine, so. Adore jazz? Yeah, me too. Jazz is uh I was gonna say it's probably my second. It might be tied for favorite genre. Yeah, send it. Go ahead. Um, but it might be my second favorite because rap is still number one for me. Always will be. Jazz drummers are great though. They have several different purpose, and modern jazz drummers are so tasty. Agreed. I know we've talked about it a little bit before. I've been addicted to watching Drumeo videos. Fusion drum solos got me acting up. So true. It's a different heart? Yeah. I'm addicted to Drumeo? Absolutely. The thing that I like about jazz so much is that it's also most of the time, obviously there's a lot of famous jazz pieces that have vocals, but it's very uh instrumental. Big Miles Davis guy over here. Doves cry. Chat, what do you guys think if I started getting into cosplay? Cosplay stream? Do it? You'll join me for cons? I just think it'd be fun. After I painted myself blue, bro, it's over. Catch you in a fursuit? You do make fursuit money. You do make fursuit money, so. That's my favorite thing about furries, is that most of them are like fucking engineers, software engineers, all kinds of stuff. They make hella bank, because those suits get expensive. Like a really good suit's at least $1,500. You know? Beef, this is a really crazy interpretation of the song. I know it is two different songs, but still very good. Yeah, I gotta do Sanji at some point. That's a given. I gotta kick people, you know? What is this? Where did this come from? My sweat? Probably. I'm also just addicted to painting myself in non-human colors. Still want to do Jinbei? And you should. Jinbei's the man. You gonna paint a sun on your chest? Get the Japanese clogs in a Hawaiian shirt? Yes! That's a good one. That's a good one. Japanese clogs. I think if I were to do Sanji, I kind of want to do like pre-time skip maybe. Or maybe some like One Piece live action stuff. You know? I guess those are still based off of the anime anyway. I'd love to do Frankie, but like I need the big arms, you know? Film Gold Sanji with a drip? I'd love to get like a whole Film Gold cast. I think that'd be really fun. Jacob is a law fit? No fucking way, dude. I know what I gotta do. I gotta do fucking Kinemon, dog. My goat. Dude, that goes hard. Does he have the sword? The really long sword? Not needed, but I feel like he could do a really crazy. Oh my god, yes. Yes, you have to do Corazon. Gotta make me cry. My other goat. satisfied. You need to get slimmer and hit Crocodile? Dude, yes. Yes. Sashiburi da na. Mugiwara. Eh, 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 eh. One Piece live action has rekindled my interest in cosplaying Arlong. Because I didn't think it could be done. But I really like how he looks in the live action. I actually think they did a really good job with him. I gotta get swole as fuck, though. But that's gonna come soon anyway. I gotta get a big back so I can have my Yakuza stuff. I need a lot of space to fit that koi. Ooh, ooh, ooh. I feel like I would fuck up Buggy, you know? I also gotta get some pulls from JoJo because I want to do the JoJo shading on my face. I think that would look sick. Maybe do a Jodio. Especially since we don't have any... we probably do have some official covers. Well, give me Luffy, you give me Shanks. Oh, that would go hard. That would go hard. No, actually, that would go so friggin' hard. I just feel like I'd be a good clown, you know? We'll have to plan some of this out, because I think it'll go really, really hard. I also want to do Admirals. But probably pre-time skip. Because I don't think anybody has the Fujitora look. You have to be an old man for Fujitora, I fear. Absolute banger beef. But yeah, once I get some liquid stuff, liquid cashola, I'm gonna be doing some crazy ass shit. I want character streams. I think a cosplay stream would be really, really fun too. I don't know. Performing is fun. Cosplay is fun. We love dressing up. One of these days, I am genuinely considering dyeing this hair silver. Which would be really cool. Everybody's gonna be like, oh, because of Gojo, because of Gojo. No. It's because of Jungi Han. But I also think I could do a really cool Raiden. Lose control. Nah, because of Gojo? Nah, when I send you a picture of this hottie, dude. Boom. Gojo is fire, though. Yo, Aimo! That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. CJ, you gotta play Yakuza, man. It's worth it. I know it's a fuck ton of games, but it's so worth it. Never lost control. The man who sold the world. Me never lost control. So much media consumed, but we're forced to participate in society. I know, man. I know. That's why I'm hoping I'll be able to make it big. Get myself in a position where I don't have to participate in society, at least in the traditional sense, you know? That's why I'm putting the grind to all this. I'm gonna go crazy. I think in the next couple of weeks, I'm gonna start actually auditioning to some stuff too for voice acting. Because streaming has given me a lot of confidence in that. Especially doing a lot of different voices for some of these games and things like that. I was like, I think I could do it. My main issue is I just don't know how to take direction. And I don't know some like fundamental voice acting stuff. Like how to set up an actual audition and things like that. But there's enough resources out there, I'll be able to figure it out. I gotta get shredded so I can cosplay Toto. What is your type? Did I finish watching this season? I did not. I gotta do that on my own because Brett and I watched it together, but he's not here for a bit. Need the Blu-rays to come out in English already. I want to see what Mappa can do when they're not under time pressure. Dude, yes. Yes. I hope Mappa learns their lesson. Because I need that shit to be, like, good. Especially if they end up being the ones that pick up JoJo Part 7. So I definitely think they would be ones to do it. Although, with Science Saru coming out with Dandadan, we'll see, it's the same team doing Chainsaw Man, so it'll be a minute before we get the Culling games. Yeah, I know. Chainsaw Man's fire. Okay, we can end it off with Snake Eater. That's fine. Chat, I apologize if I stop yapping and I start singing. This song's so good. Darkness and silence the night. A thrill. Searching and melting to you. I gotta get more fidget toys, dude. I need more. I need that one thing. I need that one thing that I can fuck around with. Supreme! CJ, do you still get use out of that cube? Not that I... This is not a segue into me going, I need that back. The cube, yes. Because I hope you do still get good use out of it. I would like it more if it was quiet. I wish I had a little bit more resistance and it was silent. Crime! I find to Yes. Yes, sir. I'm on the big monitor too. Hell yeah. I'm glad you still got that ish. Yo, noticing that you do have a webcam. Do you have any recommendations on webcams? I gotta get a new one because this one's ass. I'm using a Kodak W100, which is like, this thing's like 10 years old or more. Give my life, but for you. Logitech's okay. Okay. I'm not looking for anything super duper crazy. They're overpriced. Understandable. Understandable. Do you know any others that are, I guess, not necessarily overpriced? Have I looked into using my phone? I've thought about it. It might be something I could do. Pretty good camera. Ideally, though, it'd be nice to still have something that can sit on top of my monitor, though, you know? Because, like, if I was using my phone, it'd have a completely different position. I mean, I guess I could probably mount it. Get something to mount it. I don't know. Phone's kind of heavy. Alright, chat. With the end of Snake Eater, I'll talk with you later. You'll probably get the Logitech ones used. Yeah, I'll probably do that. That's actually a really good idea. You have a C9 920. Looks good to me. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. I'll check it out. Because this one is not necessarily that bad. I know it looks like kind of okay. But I don't like how it's square. And I kind of think it's probably time I get something that handles light better. Because when it gets dark, it gets dark, you know? Although I also needed to just look into getting some lighting, some front lighting over here. But yeah, so that's all I got, chat. Thank you for letting me yap for 2 hours instead of playing a game. Not that I don't like playing games or anything, but yapping's always fun. CJ, I'll probably link up with you to get some more specs for... It's probably only a camera that I need. Yeah, of course. Ads in 3 minutes. Snooze it, snooze it, snooze it. Because we're going to be ending stream anyway. I'm going to go. I will be live tomorrow. Yeah, thanks for snoozing. I will be live tomorrow, normal time, all day. We'll probably be playing more Fallout, if I'm going to be honest. I'm really enjoying the Fallout run. We'll probably be finishing that up Sunday, I think. I don't think I had that too much more to go. Because Saturday's stream is still going to be Street Fighter. Had a blast. Thanks for sharing some tunes, Beef. I'm always down to talk about Pathfinder and shit. Shout out Zach. Thank you for coming back. I'm so glad you're here. I hope you're doing all right. And yeah. There will be some stuff coming up. I'll be updating you all next week, actually, so I'm not going to worry about that right now. I'm going to go ahead and go, guys. Have a good holiday for those of you in the U.S. who are celebrating. Enjoy yourselves. We'll talk tomorrow.